Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Nur Nasuha binti Abdul Rashid. My metric number is 279712. This video is about the processes involved in construction technology based on several aspects. First of all, let me introduce the meaning of construction technology, which involves study on methods of construction to successfully achieve the structural design with recommended specification. That also includes study of construction equipment and temporary works required to facilitate the construction process. As we all know that in construction technology, its process is very important and the main step prior to its execution inside. The process can be defined as a system of operation in the design, development and production of a project. The process that involved in construction technology can be seen through 5 main phases that involve in the project life cycle, which is initiation. Project initiation is the first phase of the project management life cycle, where in this stage, company decide if the project is needed and how beneficial it will be for them. During this phase, major decisions that establish the direction and resources requirements, like the project charter and selecting the stakeholder, arrive at a clear objective. To ensure everyone stay on the same page in terms of how the project should proceed. Planning. Second phase is planning, where at this point the team project need to identify the resources needed and the strategy of producing them. This means that a plan outlining includes the time frames, tasks and dependency come in handy at this phase, which is the budget should provide cost estimates for materials, labor and equipment. As we know, planning is key to the successful project. Implementation and execution phase is where a project plan has to be put into practice. Team project must ensure that the budget stipulated in the planning stage is followed, where during execution, effective communication play a hard role. A successful implementation stage is characterized by a well-developed team. Allocation of resource, modification of project plans, and others. Performance and monitoring. Performance and monitoring phase ensure that every activity of a commercial construction process from start to finish should align with the project management plans, where this stage happens simultaneously with the implementation process, where at this phase we can use key performance indicator, which is KPI tools. Closing is the final phase that very important as it offers the deliverables to the client. We also need to review the punch list to see that all weak areas have been accomplished. Finally, identify what went as planned and where things didn't go well. So, this analysis can be useful for future project team. Activities involved during construction project. All of the activity involved in construction work together to create great project, big buildings, and impressive structure. However, not every activity is used in every project, but it is certain that several different activities are used in order to build a safe, efficient and functional structure. There are 11 different types of construction activity. 1. Marking and grading. Marking is one of the first construction activity, which involves marking the area of the plot for reference, while grading helps to ensure that buildings are even last long and maintain maximum support. Grading uses big machine to help ensure the space level or that it is at the appropriate angle that it is supposed to be. It can be said that this activity play a major role in construction project. 2. Excavation. This is a fairly broad term because there are several different types of construction activity in excavation. In general, the term involves moving earth or rock out of a certain area to prepare it for construction. 3. Concreting. The process of pouring concrete is another major activity in construction. It is often used for the base of building, for roads, bridge, pipes, and many other applications. 4. Carpentry. In general, carpentry activity means the cutting and installation of materials that will be used for the construction of a structure. Carpentry used to be a word that described individuals working with wood specifically, but now carpentry means working with several different materials. 5. Brick masonry. Brick have been used in construction for decades and are still used often today as a highly efficient materials. Brick masons lay the bricks, ensuring that they are laid in a way that is structurally sound. For example, laying each brick one on top of the other allow for cracks to go along the entire wall. 6. Plumbing. In structures that require plumbing, there are specific plumbing activities that must occur to ensure they will function properly. This includes putting in piping and fixture for both incoming potable water and outgoing waste. 7. Welding. The activity of attaching two metals together using heat is welding, a crucial action in construction used to bind metal, especially for structural purpose. There are different types of welding which can be used for different types of metals and different conditions. 8. Electrical. This activity involves individuals working as electricians to ensuring the structure will have full access to electricity. There are several steps that go into the installation of electricity in a build, including temporary electrical need, a rock installation, and finally the real installation which will be used. 9. Roof laying. Roofing is an important construction activity for ensuring the protection of a structure from the elements and can help provide stability for the structure. There are different methods used for roofing, such as shingle are common for residential roof, but there are also metal polycarbonate and steel roof which are used for different purposes. 10. Glazing. This activity is basically anything to do with glass window and doors in a construction project. The term is used broadly to reference the installation of pretty much any glass involved in the construction of a particular structure. 11. Finishing. Finishing in construction means putting on the final touch of a structure in order to prepare it to be used. This includes, but not limited to, activity like glazing, flooring, paintings, wallpapering, and plastering. There are several key players that involve in construction technology, which is client. Owner is also called client, where client is the person who actually arrange money for particular project. Client is a real entity who has to launch idea. In general, client can be defined as individual or organization commissioning and funding the project directly or indirectly. Contractor. Traditionally, client have been engaging contractor to carry out building project construction work. It can be said that contractor could be in several other categories, such as main contractor that concerned about all the work involved within a project, while subcontractor is often responsible for a certain part of the work, such as electrical engineering. Supplier. They are actually the people who provide construction materials such as brick, concrete, and cement. Consultant. A consultant is defined as a person who provides professional or expert advice in a particular field. In construction, at the very beginning of the project, the advice will be needed for design work by the architect or engineer and to set up the project. Otherwise, client may also seek advice to prepare tender document. Designer. It can be an architect or an engineer. Designer must have pre-qualification as it must design the project on the basis of his previous experience, and the client will select a designer which is expert in his project planning. Project planning for construction is an important tool that project manager use to break a large complex project into smaller steps. Project planning requires gaining an understanding of exactly what the final desired project outcome is and defining the steps that will be required to achieve that outcome. In general, the goals of a construction project plan are as follows. Define the work tasks of each entity involved in the project and make decisions about which technology will be used to bring the successful completion of the project. Provide a comprehensive assessment of all resources required to complete a project. Use the plan to arrive at a timeline and budget for the project. Construction project plan can be created through first, work tasks. Define all work tasks, break those tasks into subtasks, continuing as needed to have a granular view of all work required, includes the work for all teams on the project, from design and engineering team members to general contractor to complete the project. 2. Sequence. Determine the sequence or order that each task must be complete in. 3. Duration. The project manager must estimate the duration that each task will take to complete. This is important for determining a budget after the strategic plan is in place, because an accurate duration assessment will result in more efficiency overall. 4. Require resources. For each task required to complete the project, manager will create a comprehensive breakdown of all resources required. Accurately, resources will result more accurate budget and ensure that the right amount of each resources is ordered. Project controlling. Project controls are processes for gathering and analyze project data to keep costs and schedule on track. This involves a process that encompasses the resources, procedures, and tools for the planning, monitoring, and controlling of all phases of the capital project life cycle. These include estimating costs and schedule management, risk management, earned value progressing, and forecasting. Role of project control. Provide accurate and timely information to project management team that will enable them to make informed decisions and take necessary action to correct any possible adverse situation or trend. 2. Project control also advise the client or the for the true status of the project. Process that involve in project control. First, project planning. Planning is one of the important steps which controller and project manager work together, where planning gives everyone a baseline to work with through the project. 2. Budgeting. Integrating the budgeting process into project activity is essential to calculate costs accurately and to understand where and why variance occur. 3. Risk management. Project control provides a meticulous approach to managing risk, whereby identify risk, monitoring risk continuously, and mitigate issues. It becomes possible to reduce impact on budget and schedule. 4. Forecasting. By increasing the accuracy of estimate at complete, project controller and manager can gain a lot more insight into the current drivers of cost and schedule overrun. It serves comparison against actual and committed costs that enable project controller to extrapolate a forecast using a combination of standard forecasting method and formulas. A successful construction. In construction, the successful completion of a job is accomplished through effective project management. First, meet business requirement. A successful construction must meet the project goals and objectives that has been planned to complete the project. 2. Deliver and maintain on schedule. Project management success is often determined by whether or not you keep to the original timeline. So, the successful project must follow its timetable that has outlined start and end, where the project must to be complete on time. 3. Delivered and maintained within budget. The project undertaken must be complete in line with the allocated budget, which is monitor the milestone achieved and make sure it stay on schedule. 4. Deliver the expected business value and return on investment. The project carried out meet the best level of quality plans and standard in every aspect, and also get a lucrative return on investment. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.